Okay, picture this, a world where vaccines, where medicine is delivered with a simple patch. No tears, no fear, no anxiety. Sounds like sci-fi, right? Well, it's not. It's the promise of an incredible technology we're talking about today, microneedles. Let's jump right in.
So let's start with a question that I think hits close to home for a lot of us. What if getting an injection was completely painless, like as easy as putting on a Band-Aid? It's a total game changer, especially when you think about the millions of people who absolutely dread the needle.
But hey, before we get to this amazing new solution, we've got to understand the problem we're trying to solve. So let's take a quick look at how things are done right now. You have to know it's broken before you can appreciate the fix, right?
Right now, we've pretty much got two main options for getting medicine into our bodies. You've got pills, which are super convenient, sure, but they have to go on this whole adventure through our digestive system, and honestly, a lot of the medicine gets destroyed by the liver before it can even do its job. Then there's injections. They're fast, they're effective, but, they're injections. They hurt, and for a lot of people, they're a source of some serious anxiety.
Okay, so you might be thinking, why not just put the medicine in a patch and slap it on? It seems so simple. Well, the reason we can't do that is because of our own skin's incredible design. It's not just a wrapper, it's a fortress. And it's the first big hurdle we have to clear.
Look at this. Our skin is an absolute marvel, with all these different layers of defense. But the real gatekeeper, the one part that stands between us and painless medicine, is that tiny, tiny top layer. Its one and only job, keep everything out.
And this microscopic guardian has a name, the stratum corneum. Get this, it's only 10 to 20 micrometers thick. That's thinner than a piece of paper. And yet, it's our body's biological body armor. It's so good at its job that most drugs just can't get through.
So how in the world do you get past this fortress without starting a war, without pain? Well, the answer is just incredibly clever. It's the microneedle.
All right, get ready for this because this is amazing. What you're looking at here is an image from a scanning electron microscope. It looks like a forest of tiny spikes, right? Each one of those is a needle, and each one is smaller than a single human hair. This is the magic of microengineering, and it's the key to the whole thing.
Now, here's the absolute genius of the design. They're just long enough to slip past that tough outer layer of skin, that stratum corneum we were talking about. But, and this is the crucial part, they're short enough that they don't even come close to the nerve endings deeper down that actually cause pain. So what's the bottom line? You literally don't feel them.
So how does it work in practice? Well, one of the cleverest methods is called poke and patch. It's super simple. Step 1, you take a patch covered in these tiny needles and just press it against your skin. This creates hundreds of temporary, microscopic little channels. Step 2, you take that first patch off, the little doorways are still open. And step 3, you put a second patch, this one with the medicine right on top. The drug can now just diffuse directly into your body. Easy, right?
But making something so tiny and so perfect, well, that's a whole other story. It's an enormous challenge. Now we're going to dive into the absolutely mind-boggling world of microengineering.
Just think about this for a second. A geometric variation, a tiny mistake in the shape of the needle, of just 10 micrometers, that's smaller than a red blood cell, can change how much drug gets delivered by almost 50%. At this scale, there is zero room for error. Everything has to be perfect.
This graph here basically shows us the secret to making it truly painless. See how the line goes down? It's showing that the sharper the tip of the needle is, the less force you need to actually penetrate the skin. It's a pretty simple idea, but actually making something that sharp on a microscopic level, that's a huge engineering puzzle.
But it's a balancing act. You can't just make them infinitely sharp and thin. As this next graph shows, if the needles get too long and skinny, what engineers call a high aspect ratio, the chances of them breaking off in the skin go way up, and nobody wants that. So they have to find that perfect sweet spot between being sharp enough to be painless and strong enough to not break.
And it doesn't even stop there. The surface texture of the needle itself matters too. This graph shows that a smoother surface leads to a more uniform drug coating. Why does that matter? Because it means you get a super accurate, consistent dose every single time. And when it comes to medicine, that is absolutely critical.
So, when you put all of this incredible high-precision engineering together, you don't just get a clever little gadget, you get a technology that is seriously poised to start a revolution in how we think about medicine.
And to really see why this is such a big deal, let's just quickly look at how we got here. The first generation of this kind of tech was just simple patches, like a nicotine patch, that relied on the drug slowly soaking in. The second gen used chemicals to try and help that along. But microneedles, they're the third generation. They physically but painlessly create a path through the skin's barrier. And the future, the fourth generation? We're talking smart patches that can sense what your body needs in real time and deliver a customized dose. Incredible.
And I want to be super clear here. This is not science fiction. This isn't something that's decades away. These devices are already here, on the market, right now. You can find microneedle array patches, rollers for cosmetics, pens, even little pump patches. The revolution isn't coming, it's already started.
And yeah, that revolution is a big deal financially too. The market for microneedle drug delivery is projected to hit $1.2 billion by 2030. This isn't some niche thing, it's a massive growing field.
But honestly, the real impact goes so far beyond the money. Just listen to this quote from Gavi, the Vaccine Alliance. They say that for diseases like measles, these microneedle patches are considered essential to reach global elimination targets. Think about what that means. This technology could help us deliver life-saving vaccines to every corner of the globe, easily, safely, and without pain.
So that really brings us to our final thought. As this technology gets better and more widespread, as we get closer to a world of simple, painless, self-administered medicine and vaccines, it makes you wonder, right? What's the next big challenge we could take on? With this tool in our hands, what disease could we finally conquer next?